superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
All right, everyone, this is Tim the Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talking about Taylor. What a big win for the G-Men. They have the 19-16 win over the vaunted Carolina Panthers. It's all you need to Gano. The defense is all you need to Gano. How many Graham Gano jokes can we put in there all at once? 12 points from Graham Gano, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and a partridge in a pear tree. You got to give all the credit in the world to Daniel Jones on the big run at the end of the game. You got to give all the credit in the world to Saquon Barkley making his massive comeback that second half. It looked like he was going to be stuck in the mud, stuck in neutral. And then he comes back, 21 carries, 72 yards, 3.4 yards a carry. You also had the big 16-yarder. You also had chipped in three catches for 16 yards. It was just one of those games that you have to give all the credit in the world to the defense. The defense in the secondary, after they benched Cordell Flott and they went with Fabian Monroe, you figured the Giants were going to do something. Because the fact that if Flott would have stayed in the game, DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson would have more than eaten his lunch. Because we saw what happened on that big play to DJ Moore. So you know what? Kudos to the wink, to Mr. Martindale, to everyone else on that Giant defense, because you know what? They played their hearts out. O'Shane Ximines, you know what's funny? You look at his stat sheet. You would think O'Shane was all over the field. He had 2 tackles, 2 solos, 1 sack, 1 tackle for a loss, 1 pass defense, and 1 quarterback hit. But the way he was all over that field today, you would think he had more of an impact, and he did have an impact. He very much so had an impact in this game. He was able to maintain his assignments and do his job. I always mention the fact that I have a number 53 O'Shane Ximines white jersey in my closet that I may have to break out. I bought it his rookie season because, like I said, I was a big fan of him coming out of Old Dominion. And, of course, I played the initial soundbite.
I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
That's for T-Brad, because every time T-Brad does not text me during the Giant game, the Giants win. So I've already told T-Brad he is never allowed to text me again. We also had the venerable James Williams out today on his birthday, celebrating in the parking lot right now with the big Giant win. You know, it was a great effort. It was a great effort by the defense. The defense played far and above expectations. And like I said, there is no, and I find it interesting with this team. There seems to be no, with the coaching staff, I should rephrase that. There seems to be, they don't coddle this team. If you make a mistake and you're not doing your job, you get moved to the bench. Daniel Jones in the first quarter, I think it was the second quarter, got an earful again from Brian Dable. So maybe that's what Daniel Jones needs. Maybe Daniel Jones doesn't need to be coddled. Maybe he just needs to have, people yelling at him. Because of the fact that, like I said, Dable again called him over to the side. Basically looking at him like, what the hell are you doing? You got to do this. You got to do this. You had this guy open. But you know what? Daniel Jones, when it counted at the end of the game, got the first down, moved the chains. And you know what? It's a win. And again, like I said, it's another ugly win, 19-16. But there's nowhere in the win-loss column in the NFC East that says Giants 2-0, 2 ugly wins. Nowhere it says that. It just says New York Giants 2-0. And you know what? Like I said, it's good to celebrate. It's good to feel good about this team because they are playing well. They are playing hard. There's things that still need to be cleaned up. But you know what? You got to be happy at 2-0. I would have been happier if I wasn't sick and I could have gone to the game. I think that would have been a little bit more fun. But you know what? I'm glad James got to go and experience it on his birthday. And at the end of the day, you move on to Monday night in Dallas. Monday night game, Dallas in MetLife. It's exciting. And like I said, we have to give a huge shout out to Graham Gano. You really do. We have to give him the Show Enough award.
Am I the meanest?
Show enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Show enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Show enough.
Because if it wasn't for that 58-yarder for Graham Gano, we may not be talking about this win again. And I already see some people on Twitter from the Eagles and the Cowboys going, well, that was just a bad win. That was an ugly win. There's no such thing as a bad win. There's no such thing as an ugly win. These are the type of wins that the Giants would lose in previous years. These are the type of wins that we would run into a 5-11 season. You know, we would win only 4 games one year. You know, these are the times of games that we would lose. So at the end of the day, it's a win. It's a W in the win column. The defense played stellar. You got to give it. Xavier McKinney also had himself a game. Xavier McKinney was all over the field. Dane Belton made his presence known, especially also on special teams. You know, there are some things we are going to need to figure out. We got to figure out the offense a little bit. We should have taken advantage of those two first half turnovers. But you know what? You can't look at all that stuff yet. That stuff we'll look at on Wednesday. That's not stuff we're going to look at after this game because we know we're excited. We're pumped. We got the win. That's all we need to know. And you know what? This is Tim with Online Big Blue bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk entertainment. And as always, if you could like, subscribe. If you ring that button, it means that we also